What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are fishing with minnows. Now, I know it's funny because you would think with all the videos that I've done that I would have at least done minnows by now, but I guess I haven't. So we're gonna do that. There's not very many places around here that has minnows. What you usually have to do is do like a Google search for bait shops. It'll pull up like Walmart and Academy and stuff like that, but they don't have minnows. They usually have worms. Sometimes they'll have frozen shrimp. Some other stuff too, but I wouldn't worry about that. So there's a couple places over here by Lake Arlington that I know they do have minnows. We're gonna go up there. I'm not sure if they'll let me. I got something in my eye. Freaking punk. That hurt. Can you see my eye? Dang, something just hit me on my eyeball. We're gonna go see if they have any minnows. Hopefully they'll let me record. I don't know. Some people are kind of weary of letting people walk in their establishments with cameras or whatever. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump in the truck. We'll go see if we can get some minnows, and I'll kind of show you how to pick them out. Back in a second. Okay, so we're here at the gas station. I'm gonna run in real quick, see if they'll let us record, hopefully. Cool. No self-service, so they should have large and small. Those look like the small ones. Those look like the large. So they have plastic bags in case you don't have a minnow bucket. We have our minnow bucket here. So we'll have them hook us up. The large ones, right? Large ones? Yeah, the large ones. That'll work. All right, everybody, so we got our minnows. We're gonna go ahead and head out. Like I said, usually if you go to places, most of the gas stations you're gonna see are where they're gonna have like they'll say on the windows, they'll say minnows or bait or something like that. So that's what you kind of wanna look for. So one thing that I learned the hard way is there's holes on the back and then there's holes on the front. Now, what you wanna do is bring a bucket so you can put it in, so that way if it does spill or slosh around, it doesn't get in your car. Now, my dad used to have an old school minnow bucket. It was a metal one. I'll put a picture of it over here in the corner. If I could do it over again, I probably would have done that one because it keeps all the water contained, so you don't have to worry about it splashing around. So let's hold butt. The sun's about to go down. We kind of wanted to wait a little bit later because it was really hot over here. So we're gonna go to Sonora Park. We haven't been there before with you guys. We're gonna take you to Sonora Park, do some fishing, see what we can catch. Okay, everybody, so we're at Sonora Park. This is in Kennedale, Texas. We've fished here a couple times before, but I don't want to say it's heavily pressured because there's not a lot of people that come out here, but just the fish are just so finicky. Like, we've caught a few bass out here, we've caught a few catfish, but nothing like College Pond or the other ones we've been to. But we've never fished with minnows before either. But before I start, I would like to give a shout out to my friends, Jess and Chris Delp in Richland, Washington. They sent some pictures of their fishing trip they had with their family here last week. I'll post them up here in the corner. Really nice fish, nice bass too. Oh my God, I saw it, like, God dang, that's a good one. Looking at the pictures, it's funny, it kind of reminds me of Rocky Creek over in Benbrook. I don't know if you guys have been there, if you're from Fort Worth or whatever, but when we were kids, we would go out there, fishing with my dad, and I loved how it was covered in trees because even if it was really hot outside, you could still fish. It was comfortable, it wasn't bad at all. So thank you for those pictures. Anybody else wants to send pictures to me, I'll put the email down in the description. Feel free to send me videos, pictures, whatever, of your little fishing adventures with your family or even just yourself. So let me get set up. We'll come back and we'll start fishing. I'm gonna show you how to hook the minnows. I got a dead one because it's easier to see if it's not flopping. So if you don't like seeing, I don't want to say grotesque because you're not gonna see any blood or guts or anything, but if you don't like seeing, I don't know, minnows getting impaled by hooks, then just cover your eyes. I want to actually walk behind the camera so you can see it as if you were doing it. So here we have our lovely minnow, right? So one way to do it is just, I've seen them go up through the mouth and through the lips. Oops, sorry, like that. I don't like doing that because you're relying on the lips to hold that hook on, and those lips they're not very strong. They'll rip off. So again, this is dead minnow, so don't worry about it. We're not hurting them. The second way that I like to do it, especially if you're catfishing and the minnow's already dead, catfish don't care, they'll still eat it. So another way to do that, and this is the gross part, so if you're squeamish, don't look. You take the hook tip, put it right between the eye, and you go through the other side. So now if you look at it, he's hooked right through the eyes. And the reason why is because if you imagine the skull, you know, your eye sockets are pretty strong. It's not going to pull out of there. You're good to go. Don't think about that. Don't look because his eyeball's coming off. The other way is through the back, which is up here. I like to hook them kind of towards the middle. So what you have to do sometimes, depending on the bait you're using, sometimes you see the scales that are coming off on my fingers. Sometimes, now for bigger fish or whatever, bigger minnows, those scales can actually come off and prevent that hook from setting. So what you have to do sometimes is kind of use that hook tip. I don't know if you can see that. Use that hook tip to scrape away some of the scales. You see that on the tip? And then once you do that, then you can push it through. And then once it comes through the other side, make sure that there's no scale on the tip right here. If there is, that can prevent it from setting into the fish's mouth. So like I said, that's one way to do it, through the back. If you're, you know, fishing them under a float, I like to do that. And then the last way is through the tail. I'm sorry, I keep getting off. I'm over here looking at my floats. Again, scrape the little scales away and then hook them through the tail. Now, when you hook them this way, it's usually whenever you're fishing them off the bottom and they want to be swimming up. So that's how you'll hook those. I'm not getting any bites. I already moved one time within the past few minutes. So we'll probably do like 30 minutes and then maybe even 20 minutes. And if we don't get any nibbles or nothing, we'll just keep moving down the bank. See if we can catch at least something. Hey everybody, so we were at Sonora Park, and I should have listened to my son because he was like, Dad, why are we going to Sonora Park? He goes, we never catch anything there. And I was like, well, we caught stuff here and there, not all the time, but just, you know, we do okay. And I was like, well, since we've never used minnows before, maybe we'll have some luck. We were there for hours, moving every 20 minutes down the bank. He stayed at one spot, but I kind of moved down as I went. Nothing. I got a couple bites, you know, took my bait a few times, but that's it. So we're at another pond. This one we call Bass Pond. Let me kind of show you what we're looking at. Not because there's a bunch of bass, but because I've had the most luck with artificial lures here. Now they have small bass, they're not huge, but I mean, I like it. Let's see if we can show you. So it's a little shallow in the sand. There's a lot of vegetation behind me. And then further down it opens up. Really beautiful if you want to look at it. So we're gonna give this a try. We'll see what we can catch here. I'm pretty sure we'll catch something. I know we got skunked at Sonora Park. I'll put a link down there if you want to. It's a nice park to go to, like if you're gonna walk around and exercise and stuff. They got a pretty cool playground and a splash pad too. So if you wanna check that out, you can. If not, I'll put the link to this one as well as the name, because it's not really called Bass Pond. I forgot what it's called. Let's see, here's the name. No, it doesn't show there either. So anyway, let me get set up and I'll be back in just a second. Under. Hook it, nothing. Oh, no, that one. That way. Little baby. These are the things I'm fighting with. So for this one, oh, I swear, I wasted like 6 minnows. It's like you have to let them go. Run. And then finally, it's like they hooked them. Well, it's a circle hook, so. Anyway, not too shabby. It's probably a good 20 pounder, I'm guessing. Maybe 10 pounder. But I didn't get skunked. That's the important thing. So I'll still have a bunch of minnows. So now that I know, let's see if we can catch some more. Got 'em. Come on. That's number 2. Man, this one's weird. So I don't know what it is about today, man. I've been fighting with these turtles all day for these freaking, trying to catch these fish. So a half a pounder, if even that. I don't even want to weigh him. He's like so small, but a fish nonetheless. Look at that big old mouth. Look at that huge mouth. Boy, he swallowed your whole goddamn thumbnail, something. So they're finally coming out for some reason. I thought I had a turtle there and I was like, God dang it, not again. There's another bass. So that's 2 bass, 1 turtle. There you go. There's another one, about the same size. Little half-pounder, 1-pounder. I mean, not too bad. Fish number 3? Third bass. 3 bass, 1 turtle, so keep going. Oh. I told you they're coming out now. For whatever reason, I've been here for like a couple hours and I've just been feeding these goddamn turtles. Now that the sun's going down, oh, now the bass want to come out. Half-pound. They're hitting them hard though, so that's good. And like I said, they're keeping the turtles from hitting it, so we'll throw them back. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. It's getting dark. I'm losing some of my light. I only have like 4 or 5 minnows left, so I'll probably stay here until I use them up. But I thought I'd go ahead and close out the video. Kind of wanted to show you how I hook my minnows, how I fish them. We got skunked at Sonora. Like I said, man, that's just a hard pond to fish. I'll still put a link down below so you can see what it looks like or where it's at. I forgot the name of this one. I forgot what the name of it is, and I think we actually passed it on the way in. But we call it bass pond because there's quite a few bass, but they're little ones over here. But like I said earlier in my video, if you guys have pictures of you fishing or your family fishing, send them to me. I'd love to see them. I'd love to share them. Until I see you guys next time, take care and God bless.